What is up, guys? Natty Bros here. Today we're going to be doing our East versus West predictions.
I don't even know what my predictions are yet, so this should be interesting.
It's a really good card. It's going
Very
to be
North American based.
Arlington, Texas. A lot of Canada versus U.S. Really like this card. So the first one is Andrei Sharkov versus Kachatran. I don't think I've ever heard of him. Andrei Sharkov, though, I've met him at a couple of King of the Table East vs. West events. I was talking to him at the last King of the Table. I was like, when are you going to get your match? And he said, it's coming. And he just won Arnold's, the 220 pros, and he looked left in, right arm. He looked very, very, very dominant. So I got Sharkov.
I got him 3-0. I think he wins. He's really good. Almost underrated, I feel like.
Yep. And then we got two young American men, Cody Wood, number one ranked right now, and then Joseph Moranto, who we saw at King of the Table against Kevin Palco. He won that match. But Cody Wood is number one ranked. I think Joseph Marenko is number four. So that's going to be a good match. I don't know a ton about Cody Wood. Um, I've seen him pull a little bit, and I saw Joseph pull at King of the Table. So I'm gonna go with Joseph
I think
on
it's a
this one.
close match. I would go with Cody, but like 3-2, something close.
Yeah, I think it should be a good one. And then this is an interesting one. Hunter Knopfs, who we saw in Orlando, fiery guy, against the first person coming from Southeast Asia to compete at an East vs. West event. Valen Lowe. I've been following him and Greg from Southeast Asia for a
Yeah.
while, so it's cool to see them represented. But I think Hunter's way too much. I think he's going to destroy him.
Yeah, I think Hunter has this one. I think it's either going to be like 3-0 or 3-1. I don't think
He's gonna suck him inside and just destroy him to the side.
Hunter's insane.
I don't think Lowe has a chance here. Um, and then this one, I'm a really big fan of Craig Tullier versus John Terrian. I've been John Terrian kept popping up on my Facebook like 3 months ago. I friended him. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then a bunch of the comments were like, why doesn't John have a match? I was like, who is this guy? Like, why would he deserve a match at East vs. West? I started following him, and he's really good. He beat Brandon Elselsor, who Craig Tullier lost against. So that's a big thing. John killed him. I saw him at Montana Armbender get a victory. I saw him at Mac Lefty get a victory. He is really good, and I'm a big fan of him. And then Craig Tullier, of course, is a legend. But I got John in this match. I'm rooting for him.
When I first saw the match, I was like, "Oh, I got Craig," and then I thought about it a little bit more, and it's a very hard match. I don't really know who wins this one. I think it's one of two ways. It's either a war or it's like three flash pins. Like I think Craig would either make it a war or he gets flash pin, but I don't think John is losing three matches. I really don't.
No, I think Craig might get like the first one or something. He's really explosive. But John just has really good endurance. He's super explosive. So that's a fun match. That's a very underrated match on this card. I'm excited about that one. And then this one, I was very surprised when I saw Cody Merritt versus Evgeny Prudnik, left arm, of course. When I saw that match, I was very surprised. It's just a very interesting matchup.
I can't even remember the last time that Prudnik pulled left.
He pulled a few times. I think he pulled against Moratov. Um,
But
he's very good
he's
lefty.
only his last couple matches he's lost though left,
Yeah.
right? Because he was in the world rankings for left hand, wasn't he? I don't even know if he's in there anymore. If he is, he's pretty down.
He's a good lefty puller though.
But Cody's been kind of a disappointment because they were like he is the number one left hand on the planet, and now like I don't even know if he's top five left
Yeah,
hand
he's
anymore.
losing to everyone.
He's lost to so many people. So I'm hoping that Cody comes out on top. He needs a win. Because him and Corey West are like kind of close. I heard that Corey's beating him, Cody's beating him. So it's kind of interesting to see what the left hand is going to be after this. But I don't know if he has enough for Prudnik. We'll see.
And then probably my favorite match in the card. I know I've been saying this about every match, but Matt Wild Horse Mask versus Unger Bayev.
Mhm.
That is gonna be insane. So Matt Mask has been on the uptrend. He's been doing very well. He's won a couple of matches. He's looking like he's getting back to his old form. His setup is insane. His hit and his top roll, very, very good. And then he's going against someone who normally I would choose him every single time if he's in a match, but he's coming back from a bad wrist injury. Last time he pulled, he just did not look the same. I think it was Oleg Petrenko. That was the match he got hurt.
Yeah, I might have been. That sounds right.
He got beat pretty bad, and I was very surprised. And it was because he hurt, I think, his wrist or something. So he hasn't pulled in a while, and he's coming back. So I assume he's all healed up. He's getting stronger. So I got Angarbayev in the match. But if there's any risk of injury or he's not as strong, Matt Mask definitely could take it. I think it's a very closely contested match.
Matt Mask is one of those guys that if he gets in his lane, it's 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 almost impossible to beat him.
Yeah.
Like it really is. But if Angbayev stops the match at any point, I think it's over. I do think Angbayev is gonna win, but I do think Matt can like get one round.
Yeah.
So I'm giving it 3-1 Angbayev.
Angarbayev is just so good technically. I've been rewatching some of his matches. I love watching them. And
One of my favorite arm wrestlers
Yeah.
for sure.
like I watched the match against Michael. That's insane. Like they're in different weight classes, and he dismantled Michael. And Michael's what, number 5 in the world right now?
Top 5, yeah.
And Angarbayev beat him like not too long
Wasn't
ago.
Angbayev top 10 for a little bit there?
I don't know.
I
Well,
think he might have been.
he's in a different weight class. He's not.
I
Even
know,
in the super
but
heavyweights.
he didn't he like stop Levon like a while ago?
Yes.
Remember that? Like he gives trouble to everybody. He's like if he got to like 260 or something, that would be insane. Like
It's very impressive. He
Wow.
beat Irakli. He did lose to Todzilla though.
did he beat John? Didn't they go?
He beat John. I think so. Well, I can't remember. I remember it was a closely contested.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, all of those matches, Irakli, Angarbayev, John, Todzilla, like all of those guys are amazing. Todzilla did beat Angarbayev twice. That side pressure.
He's also beaten
Yeah.
Irakli twice.
But it was also crazy because he beat Michael Todd, so it's just like it's all over the place. And then Michael Todd beat Todd Hutchings.
I've heard that styles make matchups before.
Yeah. But I got Angarbayev in this one, but rooting for Matt Mask. I love both of these guys. And then we got Sarah Backman finally back at East vs. West event. Super excited about that. She's going against Jocelyn Brisson. I don't know much about her.
I'm pretty sure Jocelyn beat her last
yes,
time they pulled.
a couple of years ago. He did beat her.
But
But I got Sarah.
Sarah's been training really hard. Everyone's been seeing it.
She's been
She's
training
been
with
putting
Gabby.
the work in. She's been saying how much drugs she's been taking.
Peptides.
She's been taking so many peptides and stem cells. We'll see if all that non-natty stuff really helps or not.
Love Sarah Backman, but stay natty. Yeah, I got Sarah in this one. And then favorite match in the card. I know I keep saying this.
Well, this is it. Yeah, this is my favorite
It
match.
is
on the card.
Giannis Amelins versus Mindaugas Tarasidis.
The most technical match arguably ever in arm wrestling. The two technical geniuses in their
Moriarty.
categories. Yeah. Those guys are crazy.
I love this matchup. Mindaugas named after, actually, fun fact, the only Lithuanian king was named Mindaugas. Or Mindaugas, however you want to pronounce it. But he's named after him. So I got the Lithuanian king, Mindaugas Tarasidis. I think he's just too much. He's been on a roll lately. He's been dominating. It's insane what he's been doing. And the Arms War matches and King of the Table, East vs. West, he's just been dominating.
But Giannis has also been dominating. He's beaten everybody, hasn't he?
I wouldn't say the Justin Bishop matchup was dominating.
He
but
won
it was
that
so
match
impressive.
while he was injured, though.
Well, Justin Bishop injured him. But
Yeah, but still, like, he was injured and
no,
he still won.
super impressive. But Mindaugas is like 3-0ing everyone and Dad's moving them.
But Giannis does show that he can come back from pretty much anything. So I don't think either way it's going to be a 3-0.
Oh,
I think
no.
it's going to be a war.
I hope it's
I think
over.
it's 3-2 either way, but I do agree that Mindaugas is the favorite in that.
It'll be really interesting because if one person beats the other, that person will use that as data and then have a different tactic. So
Yeah.
like each match is going to be completely different, which I'm excited about. And I'm sure the strength level is very similar.
And I've seen Giannis get flash pinned and then come back from that. And I've
Yeah.
seen Mindaugas get absolutely flash
Yeah.
pinned and come back from that. So, like, until the final round, you don't know how it's going to end. You really don't. So that's
Yeah.
exciting.
Love this man. That's just the undercard. That's a really good card. I really like the North American. A lot of Canadians, a lot of Americans. Really cool undercard. And then to the main event, we got Dave Chafee versus Georgie Shetkov. I think Georgie's just too much for him.
Georgie is really, really good. Like, he is one of the best posting top rolls in the world. Like, he gives anybody trouble. Like, even Devin in their match, like, yeah, Devin won, but you could see that Devin couldn't get in the positions that he was trying to. He
Yeah.
had to change to other positions because Georgie was just too strong. But Dave is like one of the most raw power in the history of arm wrestling ever in our sport. He is the most raw power, and he is finally healthy. And in his last match, he said he was healthy, and you saw what happened then. He swept the guy.
Yeah.
And a lot of people thought that Dave was going to lose that, and he absolutely swept him.
So Dave has the two Georgie really only has one option. He does the same move all the time. He doesn't have a press. He doesn't have anything. Dave has two options. He has that side pressure top roll hit, and then he also has been developing a flop
A
wrist.
bit of a press, yeah.
But if he has to go into a flop wrist, I think it's over because you saw Georgie versus Jerry. Jerry was like an inch from the pad in his flop wrist, and Jerry's the best flop wrist presser in the world. So if Dave doesn't immediately flash pin him with side pressure, I think it's over. Like if Georgie gets a stop, I don't think Dave's press is gonna do anything.
But we did see Dave and Vitali, the war that happened there.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a war. I don't think it's going to be just a bunch of flash pins. I
I think if Dave gets a good hit and gets it onto his side and he loses his wrist and immediately goes into a flop wrist press to finish, I think that could work.
If that happens first round, I'm not too happy for him though.
No, he needs to keep his wrist.
Yeah.
Because Georgie can just sit there and not posting top roll
I
forever.
think this one is another one that's gonna. It's not gonna be a sweep either way. It's gonna be like 3-2 or 3-1.
I think Georgie's the favorite though. I love
I
Dave.
agree.
I'm
I
rooting for
agree.
him, but I think Georgie got this one. And then we got the GOAT, John Brzenk versus Yoshi. Yoshi's only recent match was against Todd Hutchings,
Hmm.
and that was one of my favorite matchups. That was really cool. Um, George Yoshi just has really good stopping power. He has a cool King's move. He's very versatile. I like his version of a King's move. It's very clean. I really like it.
Open hand top roll.
Yeah, open hand top. But Todd
Whatever.
Hutchings is too much the side pressure. So they both lost. John and Yoshi both lost to Todd Hutchings. So there's some similarity there. Um, John just has so many technical avenues, but I don't know if the strength level is there. After the Leonidas match, it really took a lot out of him. So some keep saying this is his last match ever. He's gonna retire, but you
No.
can't underestimate him.
People are saying that after this match, he's gonna get surgery, and then depending on how the recovery is, it might be his last one. But
Yeah.
which apparently like wasn't supposed to be shared. Like John asked people not to. I don't know if this is true, but from what I heard, is John asked people not to share it, and Engen apparently told it on stream to get more clicks on the sale. So that's not great. I'm not too happy about that. That's beside the point.
But I think John got this. I'm never gonna root against John.
I
Um,
think Yoshi has it. I don't. I think it's gonna be like 3-1 Yoshi.
yeah, I think Yoshi definitely has the tools to get a stop and just tire out John. But you can't underestimate John. What he did against Leonidas was insane. He can hook, he can top roll, he can flop wrist press, he can do whatever. So I'm gonna get John to this one. And then we got the main event: Devin Lorette versus Corey West.
This was a
lefty.
surprising matchup for me,
Yeah.
honestly.
I think it's a cool North American matchup. This will be number one in North America for lefty. Um, I think it's interesting. I think Devin, of course, is so technical. He definitely has the technical advantage. He played with Leonidas. His left is looking very, very strong. And then on the other hand, you got Corey West, who's not the best technically. That match against Tobias Barong was so infuriating to watch. We were there in person. I was like, what is he doing?
Get to the straps.
It,
Just
it,
get to the
it
straps.
was one of the worst technical performances I've ever seen. But his raw power is so strong. Once he finally figured out what he was doing, he destroyed Tobias
But
in the straps. But
to be fair, so Corey's way better in the straps, and we already know that it's going to the straps.
Yeah.
So that is a plus for Corey, I feel like.
but Devin Devin could play outside the straps. He could
No,
he,
not left hand.
he,
I don't think so.
yeah, we'll see. But he could take advantage of Corey's lack of technical skills. But I think Corey's like, I don't know, 500 pounds. But Devin is big too. Like, he's over 300 pounds. I think he's keeping the weight.
I don't know if he's over 300 right now.
But he'll probably come in around 300. So there definitely is going to be a massive weight discrepancy. Um,
But it's not like that's good weight either. Like Levon is really heavy, but he has a ton of muscle mass.
Yeah.
Like I don't think Corey has nearly as much muscle density. Like I feel like 200 pounds of that is just kind of like fat, you know.
I think Corey could just run through Devin because he's just way stronger. But I'm going to go Devin. I'm not going to root against him. But I wouldn't be surprised if Corey were just too strong. But Devin has it technically set up literally everything he has over Corey.
I think it would be more interesting if Devin won because we already know Corey what he's done so far on left hand and he has to get a lot better. But if Devin just like stops him in his tracks and it just like holds him, that's gonna shake the left arm rankings. That would be awesome. Like if Devin makes a run for number one left hand, that would be so fun to watch. Like everyone wants to see that. I know I do.
Devin just has way more lanes than Corey does. Corey's very limited in what he can do. Like he has the raw power and stuff.
Yeah.
But
He's also like a super nice guy. One of the nicest guys.
I got Devin on this one.
This is a fun card. I wish we could be there for this one. It's just the timing just isn't working out for us, so we're not going to be there in person. Hopefully the next one if it's closer to us, but I think it's going to be really fun. Get the live stream, get the pay-per-view. I heard they upgraded it. You can now rewind it. Yeah. You can watch from multiple camera angles. Definitely excited for it.
Guys, don't pirate it. Don't pirate it. Stop uploading pirated stuff.
So many people pirated it last time. It was ridiculous.
Just buy the pay-per-view. Support arm wrestling. That's it. End of story. I know there's all this crap out on Reddit and all of a sudden. Just buy the pay-per-view. This is the best arm wrestling stuff that's going on right now. Buy the pay-per-view. Support arm wrestling. Love arm wrestling.
See you later.
Stay natty.
All right, now we do the 80-pound lift.